if you pay attention to the gaming circles, then you would have seen a fair few games that looked very similar. These games inspired by Metroid or Castlevania, these action platformers. And Dead Cells is another addition to the lot. But believe me, Dead Cells is very much worthy of your attention in this genre. Isn't that right, Shane?
It's basically one of the best roguelikes I've actually played. Roguelike is probably the best way to explain this game because it's about runs. It's about making sure that you're progressing with your runs and getting to somewhere, which is that final boss maybe. But even then, it's more about the journey than the destination.
Yes, because along the way you will be picking up cells, which is the in-game currency for your permanent upgrades, like one of the few permanent upgrades in this game. On top of that, you're picking up blueprints for weapons for the future, but more importantly, you're picking up enemy patterns, which is the real thing that separates life from death in this game.
Yeah, that's the one where I think people are saying it's Souls-like, but I disagree with that term because it's something totally different.
Picking up cells.
Stop that. No, it's all about learning your enemy positionings, your enemy attacks, and how you actually should react to that set attack. What is the correct answer to specific situations? And getting that right is just such a good feeling.
And just every single moment in this game feels so good as well, just because the movements and the combat just feels very precisely engineered just to satisfy in every moment.
Yeah, it's one of those games where it's just such a great tactile feel to it. The dodging just feels right. There's a small cooldown on every dodge that just feels like, oh, that's what it should be like. Or even the movement, how fast you're actually moving, and how much damage you can cause by just dropping even. There's so many cool things that just flow really well with this game.
And even on a more broader basis, you just feel like you're progressing every time, not just in the upgrades or learning enemy patterns, but as well as there's a variety in the paths that you can take to get from the start to the final level, and you're discovering so much things along the way.
Yeah, it's one of those games where I feel like even with the journey itself, it's such a beautiful journey because the game, even though it's maybe not about what's behind you, it tells a strange, nice story if you just look at it a little bit, but it's not really in your face, and it's not, I guess, the main aspect of the game, but it's still a very nice touch.
It's not the strongest point of the game, but I can say where you're coming from. Not a strong point of the game, at least at launch, is the Switch port, which, Switch should be the perfect console for this game. However, when the other versions of the game on PC, PS4, and Xbone run at basically 60 frames, the Switch version in the more busy areas gets to more like 40, 50 frames a second, which isn't exactly a killer, but it's noticeable, especially when you transition from area to area.
Yeah, it's one of those games where I feel like if you lose a little bit of momentum, it can just be a little bit painful just to oh, now I have to get back into this. And with frame loss, you do instantly lose a lot of your momentum.
But it is a bugbear, and they are working on it. But Dead Cells generally is one of the finest action platformers that you can play at the moment. It's just everything about it just feels fluid and satisfying.
Even just getting that final boss kill just feels so great.